woman, and I know the reason why. They call me the voodoo woman, and I know the reason why.
Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Bitcraft Works, the podcast for 2025. Woohoo! We have done this, as you know, time and time again, and we have finally grasped a format that is going to work for us for the entire year. And we are going to do what we call First Sundays. So every first Sunday, you can meet me here, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your water, and we will talk all things metaphysical, magic, hoodoo, and all of the wonderful things. And today we are kicking off First Sunday with an amazing guest, a dear, dear sister and friend of mine, Ancestral Infusions. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I thank you for having us, me and my
Yeah,
ancestors. We appreciate this.
yeah, I'm so excited, you guys. I want to talk to you guys about amazing product that she has that really helps to hone in the ease of your practice. Y'all know me, I'm all about the practicality of spirituality. If it's complicated, I'm not going to do it. I don't have time. And so this really pulls in the power, evokes in the ancestors, allows you to do what you need to do, but without breaking the bank and without breaking your back or your neck. So we're going to get into that in a few minutes. So go grab you some tea, go grab you some water or whatever, and let's get into today's discussion.
Let's.
Let's do it. So first of all, um, let's talk about the actual product that she has to offer you guys. It is absolutely amazing. It is called Ancestral Infusions. And I'm going to show you the beautiful box here. I'm going to do like the YouTubers and put your hand up, right? So you can see that it is an absolutely beautiful gold embossed label and it has a keepsake wooden box. So it's something that you don't have to get rid of. I love that. I love that. When you open it, the presentation is everything. Because my sister's a Libra like me, Libra gang gang. So it's absolutely
Yes.
beautiful. You open it to this beautiful, first of all, she says, thank you for getting it. And then you see this beautiful embossed um, message here about what the blend is supposed to do. There's different types of blends, right? And
Yes.
so this one in particular, for me, she bought a slumber blend. She made a slumber blend, and I will show you guys this amazing packaging, right? And then you have, and you can smell it from here. This is not Lipton, honey. This is not Lipton. These hand blessed and blended. If you can see, because from here I can see like you can see the herbs in there
Mhm.
um, and how they're going to be used. So,
Personally handcrafted. So
yeah, handcrafted and blessed.
yes.
So this is meant to accompany your ancestral practice, and I want you to tell me how and where this idea about ancestral infusions and where it came from and how it connects us with our work.
Well, I can't take the everything for it. It's ancestral. Thus the name Ancestral Infusions. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always drank tea. And there was one thing that I could always depend on my great grandmother having three beverages at her home: tea, pink lemonade, or water. And I was always want to go for the tea. And that was a tea drinking woman. She enjoyed her coffee, but she also enjoyed her tea. With
Mhm.
that, also tying into me being raised on my grandmother, she's a plant woman. And so I would think it was crazy or funny or weird when I was a little girl and I would hear her talking to her plants.
Hmm.
And I was really laughing, and she would call them her babies, and she would say how much she appreciates them and she wants them to grow in abundance. And I'm like, okay. However, now I
Yeah.
am speaking with herbs. I
Yeah.
am honoring them. I am letting them know that I understand and know that they're of their purpose. I
Yeah.
appreciate your purpose, and this is how I need for you to work with me or to work with whatever client that I'm working with at that moment. So when I say it's all ancestral, my great grandmother, my grandmother, all of my great aunts are all plant women.
Wow.
And my great great grandmother was the birth doula for my great grandmother for all 8 of her children. So they had to make their own medicines. They had to make their own everything. They were their own everything. And so with me not knowing why I'm being shown these things at a young age, they begin to come in dreams. And then
Mm.
it went from a dream that I didn't understand to let me get a reading, but I'm not bringing that dream up, but it's being brought up in the reading.
Mhm.
And so it keeps going and it keeps going. And to tie it all into closer to a right now moment, in 2018, I had awakened from a procedure where the doctor said, "Hey, no more caffeine." And
Wow.
I'm like, wait, what? Chai tea is my favorite, and we all know that it's high in caffeine, but it's
Yes.
my favorite. And he's like, it doesn't matter if it's decaf, you can't do it. So with me not realizing, that was another link for me to begin looking at the
Mhm.
herbs that you can take. What would you like to taste in a warm beverage? How does this make
Mhm.
you feel? Because then
Mhm.
it go on to the how does this make you feel? Well, what is making me feel this way? Why the herbs and the roots that are in the teas that you are making? And
Mhm.
so I can honestly say it began with ancestral, and even before I arrived, the
Mhm.
ancient ancestors, me
Mhm.
being raised on my grandmother, being around the great aunts and great great grandmothers, I seen the process there, and now I'm seeing it unfold in my life
Wow.
because you're not going to catch me a day without my tea. And now
Right.
that I know that it has a deeper meaning of cleansing, of purifying, of protecting, uplifting, I
Mhm.
also share that tea with my ancestors
Yeah.
because you're not going to tell me that they don't want to experience what they've already experienced plus more of what I've added to it. Or should I say
Yeah.
what we've added to it, because I'm never working alone.
Right. Right. I love that. I love the fact that it sounds and it takes me back to like Tabitha Brown when she said became vegan because of a health condition. She'd
Mhm.
been chronically sick. So you had a health condition. And I think it's really funny how they will stop us in our tracks and be like, hello, not only is this what you're supposed to do, but if you don't do what you're supposed to do, it's damaging yourself physically and you're blocking your ability to be abundant and prosperous because your
Yeah.
hands are also blessed with this. And then I know that you've done a past life regression with me,
Mhm.
the service I'm offering this year finally to the public.
Hey
Um,
guys,
and
don't waste your time. The connection is so unreal yet real. That's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah. And it was crazy because I brought that up to say you were working with herbs then. So it's like, it keeps reappearing. You said it kept happening in the
Yes.
dream because that is really at soul level what you're supposed to be doing, which is
And
why
that
these are
tripped me out.
so potent and so good. Because my insomnia had been off the charts, and I was like, okay, I need something. And of course, you don't want to get addicted to stuff, so
No.
being able to just use herbs in a tea really worked for me. And I had tried some other stuff, not naming no names, but a famous family of sisters had a line of stuff that was supposed to help relax you and chill you. And
Mhm.
it tasted like a fruit treat that I would give to my child. And it did nothing. And so these though actually calmed me, actually made me like, sleepy. And I know you can feel, the difference between, oh, I just got this off the shelf versus somebody has prayed over this and conjured this and
Absolutely.
made it something that's going to be effective in helping
Absolutely.
me. So that's the main thing with these. And I love the fact that they're multi-purpose. Tell them about how they're also baths and floor washes. It's the convenience for me.
Absolutely. Like to be able to know that you can take one product and use it in 4 ways. That's a cup of tea for you, a cup of tea for your ancestors, a bath for you, and a floor wash for you. if that doesn't scream layers of what I want, I don't know what does. That means it's
Yeah.
in you, it's surrounding you, it's in your environment, it's on
Yeah.
your altar. Like for me, the layers are important.
The layers are important. And I feel like one of the things that I did when I first got my box, and I shall demonstrate for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So you get your bag, right? You make your tea. Then I'll take like two or three of them in a really hot bath. The type of hot bath you're not gonna get in at first. Okay?
Yes,
You're not
yes.
gonna get it in at first. And I will drop four of these bad boys in there and just let it simmer and become its own tea and steep. And the convenience of this being a bath is because what I learned when I first started this journey is you don't put herbs in the tub because you will have a clogged drain.
I It was a hot mess. It took forever.
The argument my husband had with me that day. But I felt spiritually connected, but the plumber had to come out. So this will save you that drama, okay? So you put it in the tub, you could drop it in a bucket of water,
Yes.
wipe down your floors, wipe down your doors. Then this is where the cool part came. Put a cup of tea on their altar. Then I opened this satchel, got me a charcoal disc,
Come on.
and let it burn. Because we all know that incense helps to carry intentions and prayers and
Absolutely.
evocations and setting. That's why the Catholic Church uses it all the time, like they did when they opened those doors a few weeks ago. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
you can use these for so many different things, and it adds the layers. I'm all about the layers
As am I.
because it helps to usher in that guidance that we're all gonna need. So,
And
when we
stick
talk,
around.
yes, because it's in the air. You're smelling it.
Yes.
You're drinking it. You're sitting in it.
You're
They're
walking
drinking it.
on it.
Yeah, it's
You're
amazing.
feeling it.
It's all in your system.
Hmm.
And when you talk about herbal teas, right, versus just plain whatever Lipton, I keep saying Lipton, is that these are used to help you spiritually align
Yes.
with meditation and your physical wellness. So talk a little bit about that and how between the spiritual alignment, the baths for cleansing and attraction, the floor washes for cleansing and protection, like how all that ties in together.
It ties in together because when you are receiving the packs of tea, there's more than just one to two to three herbs, and they all essentially, as individuals, have a job. And so when they all tie in together, and that's again, that's whether if you only decide to do the bath and drink the tea, the job is going to get done because the herbs have already, again, as I told you, my grandmother taught me, honor them, respect them, understand their properties,
Hmm.
and allow yourself, not, you're not really demanding that the herb or the root does what you need it to do, but you are reminding it of its purpose,
Yeah.
and you are letting it know personally what it is that you need. And so for it to tie in to that, there is one purpose that you're reaching for within this bath. And it doesn't matter whether that one purpose is protection, whether that one purpose is in cleansing, all is cleansed. That's when it
Hmm.
ties together. All is cleansed. There was nothing missed inside or out.
I love that. I love because that's the thing. Everything is touched, and it's very, very convenient. That's the thing for
Super
me.
convenient.
It's 2025. Okay, like we don't have time. Most people don't
No,
have time to like go gather all these herbs together all the
absolutely.
time. Every full moon, every new moon. A lot of times I don't even know if it's a full moon, a new moon, or a whole moon. I'm confused. And as a professional spiritualist, I'd be like looking at Google. That's why I created that Conjuring the Moon ebook guide where you get all the dates. I did
Just
that for me. And then I was like, if it'll help y'all, go ahead. That's available on the site.
and it
But
does help.
It
It
helps.
ties into ancestral infusions. Like,
It
I
does.
promise it helps. It helps
It
me. It
definitely
ties in
does.
for me.
Yeah, because then I'll know, okay, in 2 days I can pour them a cup of tea. Because not every ancestor like coffee. I like to remind people that like Marie Laveau was a tea woman.
And
She
what?
loved her tea. She did not like coffee. She did not like liquor. Don't go put no
Indeed.
liquor on that woman's altar. Don't don't
Tea
give her no
leaves,
coffee.
baby.
Teas, teas. And even if you think about back in the day, they used to read tea leaves. All of these things go together, and you never know what gift you're awakening by giving them something different. There is a whole air that comes with having tea, high tea at the Four Seasons. It's a
Absolutely.
private moment where you actually can sit and have tea with your ancestors.
It's a
Have that time.
preparation. Like, I've never seen anyone just be able to slang tea. Like,
Nah.
it's a respectful preparation. And that's how I
Mm-hmm.
feel already about my ancestors. I'm
Mm-hmm.
respectfully preparing this for you as if, again, you're here in the physical and I'm at your home, I'm at your table.
Mm-hmm.
So allow me to set this up for you. The preparation alone for me is ritualistic.
Mm-hmm.
It truly, truly is. And I mean, just from opening the box to
Mm-hmm.
reading, because for
Yeah,
me, the words are inciting for me.
they are.
And then to go through the steps of making the tea. And I don't know if I discussed this with you before, but even
Mhm.
staring, and not to bring in that movie Get Out, but that is ritualistic.
Evoking, invoking,
Are
conjuring the energy. Yeah, very much
you
so.
are
Very
letting
much
it
so.
know that I am giving you the permission to come on in, do what it is that you need
Yes,
to do. So the entire thing is very ritualistic, but when
yes,
I say even from opening the box to the end, because you also have to remember a lot of times back in the day, they did have to go and pick their own herbs. They did have to have the wherewithal and knowledge to know what they were doing. I
absolutely.
believe that came from innately from who was there before. But
Hmm.
at the same time, when they did actually get back to the home and they used it for whatever they needed it for, they didn't throw it out. It was still dried out and reused, turned into powders or anything.
Yeah,
So that's the thing that I love about the ancestral infusions tea is for me, the uses are endless.
it is. It is literally endless, and it's the. This is a great time. This year is a great time for people to get their boxes and have their teas ready for the simple fact um, of the energy that's surrounding 2025.
Mhm.
Myself and one of our brother's student nephews,
Yes.
we're talking about how the male ancestors are really going to be leading us forward this
Mhm.
year. And one of the accounts on YouTube that I absolutely adore, Hulda Roots, Huldah Roots, Roots. She has an almanac that comes out every year. It's a Hoodoo almanac, and explains what you should be doing and prayers and all these things. And she too saw that it was going to be male ancestral led
Mhm.
by bringing up the year of Papa Shotgun. And that is why this is so important for people to get these teas, to have their floor washes and baths and stuff prepared, pre-ready, because being a year of Papa Shotgun, it is a year of needing protection and security and decisive action. When you talk about Papa Shotgun, you talk about energy that is not hesitant. He's
Mhm.
on it. It's about acting with clarity and precision. And in order to do that, you got to be ready so that you don't have to get ready.
I was just about
So
to say that.
yeah, when you come home from the job and you had this problem, you don't have to come home and figure out what herbs to use. Grab a bag out of your box that has been prayed over
Mhm.
and blessed, and the ancestors have been already invited into. And specifically, the box that she's come up with for this first box is a
Yeah.
Papa Shotgun box. It's a blend of herbs to invoke him so that you can break obstacles, have that masculine authority and balance ancestral and guidance, decisive action, protection, security. And with that box, she's got a prayer for you guys. She's got a whole ritual for you guys. The cards are in there. You don't have to think. So whenever you need to open a road this year, anytime you need to set your authority or your protection or any of that, go to the box, pull
Absolutely.
out the prayer, evoke Papa Shotgun and ask him to do the thing, to be the guide and the guard, to stand in the stead, because that's what this year is going to require of us. There's
Hmm.
so much going on in the cosmos, in the news, in the world. And as people, especially African Americans, we've always had to have our own system of protection set.
Absolutely.
And we hear about the Orisha and the Loa all the time. But as African American hoodoos, we have our own pantheon.
Yes, we
And
do.
Papa Shotgun does not miss. He does not miss. You do not want to miss this box.
Talk about fiery courage.
Man,
Fiery courage.
man, listen, I don't, spiritual strengthening that comes from that, it's
Hmm.
a year that you're going to need to be bold about your action. There's no hemming and hawing, as the old people used to say, because there are certain things that are set to happen, right? No matter how many candles you laid, no matter how many times you pray, meditate, evoke, whatever, certain things are set to happen.
Absolutely.
And so, in order for us to get through them, right, we're going to have the spiritual strength, guidance, and understanding, and clarity, and decisiveness, and preciseness to get through them. And having the access to these step by step rituals in this box is going to be paramount to you not having to be worried about, do I have everything that I need?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And I mean, this is nothing that you have to go to Google for or open your phone for. It's in your kitchen.
yeah,
It's in your kitchen in that cupboard. Just open it. And
yeah,
all that you need and all that you need to know and all that you need to do is right there. You don't have to make a call to text anyone or no, it's right there.
yeah. It's really right there. And I love the fact that everybody's getting the same message, right? I always talk about, like, when I'm doing my sessions with people, whatever information I give you, it should not be a surprise. It should be a confirmation,
Mhm.
right? So from the conversation with our spiritual nephew to the conversation we had about Papa Shotgun to Hulda bringing up Papa Shotgun, I was like,
Come on now.
okay, I see what y'all are saying, because this year, even astrologically, right, there's so much that has happened. I think in December we had 5 planets retrograde at the
We
same
did.
time, for like a week or two.
We did.
And there's so many things that have changed and flipped. And even being a psychic, a medium, this or that, or there's life, and life happens in between, right? They don't give us all of the details.
That's right. That's
They
true.
want you to experience what you came back here to experience,
Absolutely.
and being able to um, go and petition a Papa Shotgun and be like, this is what I need. I'm here to listen. I think that's the beauty of ancestral infusions, because when you think about tea, you think about taking time. Coffee is very quick. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna grab coffee house, I'm gonna run.
Yep.
I'm not really running when I'm drinking tea. I'm trying to slow down. Even if it's tea in the middle of the day, it's tea to bring me in and ground me and to pull me in. If
Yeah.
I'm drinking coffee, I'm like, okay, let's go, let's get it done. Da, 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 da.
Mm.
And so, what this does, the steeping of the tea, the brewing of the tea, the sitting down with your people, it gives you the energy of listening, because I feel like we go to their altars and we go to them all the time. We always have something to say. We're always
Yes.
asking for something. Oh, what about this? What about that? What about you listen? What
How
about
many times have we heard the elders, why don't you just sit a while? Just
sit,
sit.
sit a spell?
Sit, sip a spell.
Sip a spell. I love that. I love that.
Hmm.
Just sit down. Just sit down. Put some of those herbs on a charcoal disc. Let it go. Drink your hot tea. Give them their tea and sit in silence.
And
Um,
receive.
Man, sit and receive because you can't hear the directions when you're giving the directions.
Come on now.
And I feel like a lot of times the ancestors are like, but are you listening? But are you listening though? But I want this job, but I want this, but I want that. But are you listening? Prime example, last year when we were planning the retreat
Yeah.
for Bitcraft Works. And
Hmm.
I told you about a month before, I was like, I really think I need to cancel it because they kept saying,
Hmm.
you should cancel it, you should cancel it. And I was like, nah, that's just me. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna. And the weekend
Hmm.
that we laid my father to rest
Yeah.
was the weekend that the retreat was supposed to be. So there was a whole mess of things that had to happen and clear out because are you listening?
Listen.
Sometimes we push against a closed door. And that's why I really like this because it allows me to shut up.
It does. I mean, it does. Not even in a rude way.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Just in a even in a savory type of way. Like
Yeah,
savoring that moment
yeah,
to just sit. It doesn't take long, but it's not to be rushed as well.
true, true. And it allows you to create a routine without it being heavy. Like we talk about all the time about being prepared,
Mm.
even like spiritual baths, like preparing them ahead of time. This just saves you the step of having to go and get the stuff. You're doing it on your own. And it goes back to when you're talking about your grandmother and how she used to talk to her plants. I
Mhm.
think people forget that herbs are spirits. They hold their own energetic signature.
Do. I mean, they really, really, really do. I
Yeah,
mean, how do you think something's going to get inside of you and work with you and for you, and you can feel it, and you don't think it has a personality? Like I'm serious. And I mean, maybe the word personality is taking it too far, but it has a purpose.
absolutely.
They're alive. So when have you ever seen something that wasn't alive go and fight?
I know.
So or go and work? How how
Facts.
how what? So it's I know that it's hard for a lot to grasp that and to think of it that way, but it's not just thinking of it that way. That is what it is.
It literally is. And you can do even I'll show you like a really easy thing to do. And normally if you have them separate, right? Like let's say I was doing something from scratch, I would have to talk to the basil first. Then I'd have to talk to the hyssop. Then I'd talk to the lemon balm because they're individuals. You can't
Absolutely.
just toss everybody together and be like, oh, let's have a good time.
Mm.
You gotta talk to it, you gotta feel it, you gotta understand it, work with it. With you having already done that individually,
Literally, it's done.
I don't have to go back and be like, ooh, this smells like this or it looks that. Like you've already done that part. So
Yeah,
all I have to do is this and just set my intentions, what I'm asking for, thanking them for finding me, thanking them for doing the thing for me until you feel it. And that's the thing with when a lot of people are like, when I'm evoking, when I'm trying to like pull in spirit, like how long do I do it? Till you feel it,
there you
until you feel something change.
there you
It's
go.
it's like with gratitude, where like how much do you say thank you? You say thank you till you feel it, till something breaks in the spirit. You feel that breakthrough. You know when you've been to the altar, you said the prayer, you even said it enough, like you feel the shift in the energy.
Absolutely.
Talk to them, hold this, speak to it, get the prayers in the box, get the things to
Meditate
do
with
with it, and meditate with it. Put this under your pillow.
it. Absolutely.
Satchel, okay? Get what you need while you're asleep. People tell me all the time, Keisha, that's great. You see these spirits grow. I don't see nobody. And I'll be like, well, ask them to meet you in your sleep, okay?
They will.
They will meet you. Put this under your pillow. Do do any of that stuff and do it until you feel a shift. If the first day you use this, you wash your front door. The next night you use this, you have a cup of tea, you wash your floors. The
Hmm.
next day you use this, you know what I'm saying? You have your bath. You use it to clean off your altar. You use it to do the things. And you do it until you feel the energy has shifted in the direction in which you needed it to shift.
Absolutely. I mean, even baseboards, window frames.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because then you're setting up that protection,
Absolutely.
especially with you and Papa Shotgun and the invocation. Y'all, when y'all get these boxes, this prayer that she got, honey, this ritual she got for y'all to bring him in, oh, you're gonna be good, good. I got goosebumps the first time. I was like,
They're going to feel it. You
he
have
did.
no choice but to feel it. And my biggest thing that I always tell everyone, if you're not a believer, don't waste your time.
Please, please don't.
And I mean that
Yeah,
because when you believe and you place this order upon opening the box, and this isn't just some googly moogly wah wah wah. No, oh no, no, no,
absolutely
no.
right. Mm-mm,
It's not. It's getting straight to the point.
it is.
And I feel that this year is all about standing ground and getting straight to your point, but not being hot headed, being calculated.
Yes. We now that not being hot headed but calculated. They hit for me because that's Papa Shotgun all day. This is not the year to be hot headed. This is not the year for road rage or foolishness. This is not the year for answering that text immediately.
No.
This is the year of the pause. I see where you coming from. I peep game, but I'm going to sit back quietly and wait and decisively and precisely with guidance make my moves. Because, see, the problem with the energy of this year is if you move like that, if you, I can't remember, and of course I should know this as a tarot reader, but the card with the man on the horse and he's running forward with his sword, and it's like, slow down. You ain't playing nothing. You about to cause a problem.
Yes,
And the problem with moving like that this year is everybody's on edge already.
they are.
Everybody's on edge. What we just went through politically, what we're going to continue to go through politically, we're not going to get into that too deep. But the tumultuous times and the unprecedented times that we are about to live through, people are going to be on edge for so many things.
They are.
The economy. I just paid $7 for a dozen of eggs. People, it's expensive out here
It
to live.
is.
People are robbing Peter to pay Paul
They
to give
are.
Steve a payment plan. And
Yep.
so everybody's on edge and not having the guidance to allow you to move precisely, decisively, with masculine authority and balance.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
going to leave you in a bad situation. So this isn't something, and like you were saying, if you don't believe it, don't get it. That's great. That's wonderful.
That's
But you're going to need to get into this energy
you
for
definitely are.
your success. If you plan on doing anything this year, if you're selling a bag of potato chips or you clocking into a 9 to 5, you're going to need this guidance, this
Yes.
access, this preparation. It's going to be paramount to you being
Even
successful.
yes, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but like even the entrepreneurs, like, oh, I'm fine, I'm an entrepreneur. Trust me, as an entrepreneur, you're gonna need to stand 10 toes down. You're gonna need that courage to get through those moments. You're gonna need that guidance because this is going to be the guidance of another different way because this is another different year with another different energy.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
go ahead and get into it. Pop a shotgun. I'm just saying.
Get into it.
I'm very serious. Like I can't say any much more, but I mean it.
Mm-hmm.
Pop a shotgun.
Yeah,
Just the 3 words, Papa shotgun.
man.
If that's all I have to think about in 2025, okay,
Cool.
I'm
Because this is
covered.
his his energy is very inclusive of so many things we're gonna need. So we'll talk about the type of workings he's good for, right? And I got my notes over here if y'all see me looking at the things, so I don't forget nobody. But protection work, first out the gate, when you're working with him, there are certain types of elements that you can use and amulets that you can use that you can evoke his energy into and carry them on you. Protection is paramount this year.
From the beginning to the end, like even the workings in between, it needs to be with protection and end with protection.
I talk about the story all the time about the Babalao, who was very famous, and they were interviewing him for a documentary. And he has all these amazing artifacts. And the guy said, well, aren't you afraid of getting robbed? Well, no, I guess you're not afraid of getting robbed because of your spiritual protection. And he looked at him, he goes, I have ADT, I have security. Because people think a lot of times when you're just spiritual, it's just all about, oh, I prayed and I set it up. No, I
Absolutely not. Balance,
also
baby.
do what I'm licensed to do because balance, spiritual and physical. And that's why he's such a good energy for this year because
Absolutely.
get what I'm laying down.
Absolutely.
Papa shotgun, granddaughter, grandson shotgun. You know what I'm saying? Like following that energy of being
Come
prepared to
on.
protect yourself at all costs. Then your clarity rituals. This you can't beat a clarity ritual because I don't under for me, next to protection, clarity is the most important work that people need to get into. Nobody
What
talks
can
about
you do if you don't have clarity? I mean, you could do a lot not so right, but what can you do that's right without clarity?
yeah, it's really not. It's really, if things are murky, if things are unsure, if you don't know whether to go right or left, if you don't know whether to quit the job or start a new business, if you don't know whether to stay in a marriage or get divorced, you don't know whether to get the car or hold on to what you got, you don't know whether you should spend this money or you should save it. Clarity is the most top, one of my top two things that you need to do. And he is infinitely skilled with giving you clarity. Because the thing with clarity is perspective.
There you go.
And when you talk about your ancestors being on the other side, they can see what you can't see.
Bird's eye view.
So the clarity is top tier, it's different. And they'll take you in pathways and veins to get to that conclusion that you weren't even thinking about.
Absolutely.
And then he's also good for road opening, right?
Yes.
His road openings are short, powerful, and direct. Um, the road is open. Your will is strong. He broke the chain. It's just quick and to the point. You're not gonna do, in my experience, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, you're not gonna do no 2 week, 3 week ritual with him. He coming in, he's gonna do the thing, and he's out of there.
He's like your pawpaw. Your pawpaw ain't got time for words or for play. He's going to go and get the job done, and he's leaving with no words.
It's done.
Not a lot of talking needs to be done. He's your real pawpaw or papa. Everybody knows how our grandfathers were or how some protective man of the family was of us. They were very short with words, but they were
That's
going
why
to
you
get
didn't
what
tell him
needed to be
everything.
done. Exactly. Exactly. No,
You had to
serious.
be sure. They would tell you like, if you're gonna stay in this relationship, don't tell him that he did this because he's gonna take action. And then once
But
that action is done, there's no takesies backsies.
no. Would you ever tell your grandfather, Papa, can you go and apologize? And absolutely not. You should have never mentioned it to me. I would have never known. I would have never had to move.
Mm-mm.
So when you guys think of Papa Shotgun, I want you to think of that person in your family that you know that does not play about you, that is the male energy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that he's not hothead, he's calculated.
Very much so.
But you
That's,
also know that he's the provider and protector.
yeah, exactly. And also, is really it's really good for your spiritual strengthening, right? Because when you know that you've got surefire backup at the tip of your fingers, at the tip of your tongue, by just using your voice and your intention, um, it really causes you to be more courageous in life, um, not so timid with setting boundaries,
Mhm.
because you realize This is what I have to do for my mental health and peace. And it really helps you set those spiritual boundaries without regret, without any like hesitation. When
Mm,
they ask you to do that thing that's going to be an inconvenience for you, you say no. And you say no with your full chest. Because you be like,
honestly,
and that's the thing with the blends and the herbs that you have blended for this specific box, and the fact that this isn't a one-time thing. Because I don't know if you're going to keep, are you going to keep this blend available all year or the winter
absolutely, because it needs to be available at all times. Absolutely.
time?
Absolutely. The way that people run out of teas when it's not a Papa Shotgun blend, then yeah, absolutely. I would be doing the community a disservice if to say, I'm just going to offer it this. Absolutely not, because this energy is a lingering energy.
It is. It is. And
So,
it's something you want to keep stocked.
absolutely.
You want to keep
So
it
that's,
stocked.
I'm going to keep it stocked.
I'm definitely
I
going to.
advise you all to keep it stocked.
Yeah, because with the challenges that we see coming, right? And knowing that we can't adjust all of them. Sometimes the timeline is the timeline.
That's right.
And so we need the spiritual fortitude to get through it,
That's
the
it.
guidance on how to get through it. I remember this was, gosh, how old was my daughter? 7 months. She'll be 5 in June. And I had no idea that there was a storm coming because new mom trying to figure out what my name was, what the day of the week was. I was tired. I was delirious. I ain't gonna lie, I was delirious. And I live in Texas. We're not built for cold weather. There's nothing down here that's built for cold weather. We don't have salt for roads. We don't have snow plows. We don't have none of that. As a state, we don't have any of that. And there was a storm that was supposed to hit, and I remember um, a specific ancestor coming to me in a dream and saying, "You need to get a heater." And I was like, "Get a heater? I got central. Like, what are you talking about?" Like, and listening. Um, oh, I got the whatever the nest, whatever that thing is called. I'm fine with that. And then I woke up. I was like, "Girl, you better get a heater." So then I started to like call to be like, who had what for
Right.
what price. Nobody had any.
I believe it.
Sold out. The next city over sold out. So at this point, I know something's going on because why are heaters sold out in Texas?
Yeah.
So the lady goes, "So you don't know anything about what's happening?" I said, "What's happening?" She said, "There is a polar vortex coming." Like, it's supposed to be here in 2 days. She
Mhm.
goes, "If you get Amazon Prime, you need to order a heater there. There are no heaters in the area." Ordered the heater. The heater came the next day. The day after that, the storm hit. When I say the storm hit, the storm hit. It was literally 6 degrees in my house.
Mm.
So me, my husband, and my 7-month-old, because of listening to ancestors, were in the warmest room in the house with this little pink heater that kept the baby warm.
Good.
And they had, and a lot of my students will remember if they've been with me for that long. I said, for whatever reasons, the ancestors kept telling me to prepare, go give food, and freeze it. Well, it was because the storm was coming, nothing was open, you couldn't get to anything. So we were having soups and stews and all these things with no problem.
But
People's pipes were bursting, they were burning furniture to stay warm. It was crazy down here.
it's so sad.
We never lost power. We never lost the internet because of the vortex of protection and guidance that had been placed. And it wasn't just for me, because when they had me do these things, they said you have to cover your entire neighborhood.
You would only be smart.
Otherwise, you become the target. Because why she got lights,
Oh,
we ain't
we're in this together.
got right, right. So entire neighborhood never lost power. So
Wow.
across the street, however, it was pitch black. But over here, we had power. So there's a natural benefit to having these supernatural
It
routines.
is.
These floor washes, these baths, these teas, these herbs, they have a real life physical value. And
Absolutely.
I've seen it firsthand multiple times. And it blows your mind every time. And you'd be like, let me keep my stuff in stock because I don't have time for this. I do not have time for that. So yeah, I really want everybody to really take the energy of what we just came out of, because everybody knows 2024 was a roller coaster ride,
Yes,
and we all wanted off.
we did.
I want off the ride. We all wanted off.
Earth is so ghetto.
Right. And so because of that, knowing how the year ended, what's coming up now, you want to be prepared. You want to set yourself up for success and protection and clarity, and so that you can move forward. Because what my grandmother used to say after every election, she'd be like, "It don't matter who's in the White House. It matters what you're doing at your house.
Come on now, repeat that again.
It don't matter who's in the White House. It matters what you're doing in your house, because you are the one in charge over here.
Hmm.
What you set is what happens there."
This is your domain.
I have a friend. I was going through some things and I was like, I need a red candle. I need a red candle. All I have is white. All I have is white. And somebody help me. And she was like, girl, shut up. And I said, what? She said, if it, she goes, she said, you got white. She said, it's red if you say it's red.
Because it is. That's my hecka.
The definitiveness, the decisiveness with which she said it, all the little tears, I was like, you right. You right. Let me pull it together. You've been doing this way longer than me. I can tell. Let me pull it together, girl. Yeah. So it's what you do in your house.
It
Don't
is.
ever let what you see on the news, um, what you see as the forecast, especially now with social media and every six
Mm-mm.
seconds on TikTok. If you're seeing this message is for you. If you're
It's like, we're going to see it. We're on TikTok. Stop that.
you said hashtag FYP, like you know it was gonna be on in my FYP.
Everybody's FYP. We're all seeing it. We see the message. But
This
but
message for you.
I do not click. Do not go anywhere. Just listen. But seriously, you're right. Like we're laughing right now, but you are right. There's a lot that's being spewed from every which way.
It's crazy.
None of it's good. It's all. We won't go there at the moment.
We want
However, whatever it is that Keisha and I were just thinking, Papa Shotgun got us.
period. Period. That's it. That's all.
I'm gonna
that's,
drop the
that's it.
mic with that because
Yeah.
just that's all I can say. That's
Yeah.
all that I can say. That if you are about your path and you're about what those goals you set were about in 2025, then
Mhm.
holla at Papa Shotgun.
Yeah. And get your boxes. So you are going to be doing a launch with these boxes where people can pre-order, right?
I am. I am.
Okay. So, what email address? Because I know you said that you're still sussing out all of the things.
I
But
am.
what email address should they email you, and so that they can be like, I want to know when the boxes are available.
Okay.
Send me my pre-order link.
Perfect. The pre-order link is ancestralinfusions.com.
Awesome.
Literally, ancestralinfusions.com. And the moment you message me, I'll get right back with you as soon as we're able to.
Awesome, awesome, and trust me, you will not regret it. As you can see, I got my box. My mama didn't drink this. My baby didn't drink this. She likes to have tea times. Um, and just as you know, because we're not doctors, disclaimer and all that other stuff. Check
Absolutely.
with your doctors and stuff when you're talking about herbal blends and
Please
dietary
do.
all those things, and make sure that it's okay for you to take. There's nothing crazy in here, but you know, got to put that out there.
Absolutely.
Um, Yeah, so make sure you do that. And then you guys make sure you're following her on TikTok at Ancestral Infusions
Yes.
and on Instagram at Ancestral
Yes.
Infusions as well, so that
Absolutely.
you can keep up and follow, and we can grow in community together and continue to have these deep conversations.
Absolutely.
I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for being
I
first Sunday guest.
Well, thank you. I feel honored. We feel honored for being here as the first Sunday guest because my ancestors left a good first Sunday in a big hat. I should have worn a big hat for them
Well, they
and a
don't.
handkerchief to throw in.
Yes, don't forget.
However, thank you. Like, this has been great. I hope that we're able to come back and maybe we'll be able to discuss some feedback that we've gotten about the Papa Shotgun tea
Yeah,
and
I'm
some of
excited.
the others that the others have had in the past. But thank you again. This has been an honor. And
Yes.
I'm excited as well. I'm excited for Ancestral Infusions, but I'm also excited for the growth of your business, the growth and the success of your
Thank you.
business as well.
Thank you. Thank you. So you guys make sure you're following her on TikTok and Instagram at
Hmm.
Ancestral Infusions. Make sure you are following me at Bitcraft Works on
Yes.
TikTok and Instagram. Um, and make sure it's just Bitcraft Works. There's like 55 versions of
So
me.
many.
Um,
How do you
there's
do
no,
it? No, I know it's fine.
there's no numbers, no underscores, nothing. Just at Bitcraft Works.
Right.
Um, Make sure that you guys are following me there. Also, make sure that you go ahead and put in your order for your New Year's reading, because you will not be able to order them after January the 7th. I am
Oh,
cutting them off because there are quite a few of them, and New Year readings are very detailed. We go into ancestral messages, your spiritual journey for the year, is your career, also go into your energetic theme for the year. So it is a very long, extensive session. So I'm not going to be doing this for too long. So you have until January 7th to put your order in for those. And now on the website is Afterpay and Klarna.
okay.
So you can break any of this stuff down. Also offering past life regressions this year to the public.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. I'm
so
just, guys, don't even take my word for it. Even if you do it as a, I just want to see,
yeah,
find out.
the things that people are experiencing and have been experiencing when I've been doing these this past year have
And I
been
haven't
amazing.
forgotten. I haven't
Yeah,
forgotten one thing because, I'm a big dream person. I have not forgotten any aspect of that regression. And it makes more and more sense every day when I look
yeah.
at what I'm doing.
Exactly, exactly. So definitely check that out. And you can also go on the site and you can download your lunar cycle guide for the entire year of 2025. It's like $10 and you're set for the year. This is a great pair with these
It
Papa
is.
Shotgun boxes, because you know when you're going to need to use them. Um, and just make sure that you are staying in touch. If you are looking for a more consistent, more in depth version of hanging out with me and learning from me, you can join me on
Mhm.
patreon.com/bitcraftworks. Tiers start at $3, so less than a cup of coffee. You can come and get a weekly
Right.
energy forecast.
A
So,
lot for that one cup of coffee.
or one cup of
So
coffee.
much.
Yes.
So much.
Again, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging with us tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful
Hmm.
January. And I'm going to end this with an invocation prayer. We're going to call in some ancestors and end this with calling them in to cover us for the month. Um, because the first Sunday was very sacred to our people. They wore white, they wore hats. That's when you would get the good meal. You knew you was gonna eat good on first Sunday. You
Yeah.
didn't have to go get church's chicken or some another Sunday, but first Sunday, somebody had baked a cake, somebody had put some ham hocks and some greens. It was something.
Indeed.
So we're gonna go ahead and close it out by invoking them. So I'm going to ask you guys to close your eyes, put your hand on your heart center, and imagine your people. We're gonna talk to them. Take a deep breath. To our uplifted, enlightened, and benevolent ancestors, known and unknown, to those who stand in the stead and stand in the gap, to the ones who call in provision and abundance, to the ones who have established our health, our clarity, and protection. We invoke you on this day to watch over us and guide us. We invoke you for your wisdom. We honor you for your life force and your ashe. We ask that you cover us for the entire month of January 2025. We plead the blood of the ancestors to watch over us, to root our work, and to allow it to grow without hampering or without any type of block. May our roads be open. May our minds be clear. May our hearts be free and our health be strong. May our family be protected. May our babies be completely surrounded in your love. And we thank you. Ashe.
Ashe.
Amen. And I mean.
Ashe. Ashe. Oh,
All
come on
right.
now. Amen. That's
You
what they
guys,
just said. Amen.
you guys have a great day, night, or morning, whenever you're watching us. And I'll see
Yes.
you guys back first Sunday in February.
Bye bye.